ChatGPT has saved me so much stress and anxiety navigating the maze of an airport, into a train, onto a bus, all the way, usually like an hour from the airport to the hostel or hotel I'm staying at. Specifically, and especially in certain countries like Japan, Budapest, especially Italy was tough. And the Middle East was kind of tough as well. And then there's a few places like Singapore that was very tough as well to navigate. And Mexico City was also very tough. So let me give you a specific example, because I don't think this comment is just being bitter or negative or a hater just because. I think it's because I didn't explain it properly. Although at first it looked like he was being a dick. But in reality, this guy probably has not traveled to as many places around the world as I have, and he doesn't understand. So let me give you an example. Let's choose Japan, which props to them because they're generally very nice and friendly compared to other countries. But even despite this country being super friendly with their service, after I got off the airport, I went to customer service, the service desk, because the airport was so massive and confusing. I was like, how do I get to Tokyo from here? So she didn't speak much English. She spoke Japanese. She drew it out on this nice brochure they have. By the way, a lot of other airports don't give brochures in many countries, so it's even more difficult. And then I tried to navigate the map. I had to go down this escalator and then down this elevator because there's multiple escalators. I thought I chose the right one, but I didn't. And then you go to straight and then to this other part of the building. And you navigate like 15 minutes just to get to this high-speed train that's going to take you from the airport to Tokyo, which is also going to be like a 40 minute commute. And then you get to the train station, which, by the way, I couldn't get there without using ChatGPT. I got lost trying to follow the map on the brochure. So I asked ChatGPT and asked it to give me distinctive visual cues, signs, markers, which really helped me get to the train station place. And then I'm like, how do I even get a ticket? Everything's in Japanese here. And so there's multiple lines. One looked like the longest, but I wasn't sure if that was the one to buy a train ticket. So then I asked ChatGPT, and it gave me a detailed set of instructions. I told it to explain it to me like I'm 15 years old, so it was easy. And it made things super simple. It was like, okay, go onto this. That line is the correct line. Go onto this. Ask for this particular pass because that train booth offers multiple different train passes. And then here's how you say it in Japanese if they don't speak English. You get the pass, go through there, and then I'm like, okay, well, all these signs are in Japanese. Which train do I get on, and what when do they leave? They all have different times. And so, yes, there's stuff on the pass, but guys, like, it is a hassle. I remember going from, I think it was Kyoto to Osaka on the trains, and even ChatGPT had no idea. And I had to ask a guy. Thankfully, the Japanese are ethical people. He told me to wait here. He took my train ticket and he disappeared for like 15 minutes because he didn't speak English. And I was hoping he didn't just run off with my train ticket. Thankfully, he came back and he didn't speak English, but he found someone who he went to the train place, and I guess he asked them in Japanese, and he came back to me and then pointed to the exact station, because when you're going from city to city in Japan, I'm telling you, there's multiple train stations, and they all have different signs, and in Japanese, sometimes they'll have English, but it was super confusing, and I so could have gotten on the wrong train, ended up in a different city, because they don't really check your passes until you're on the train itself. That's when they boot you. So this is one example, and that's Japan, where things are much easier, and they're so courteous and so nice. I can talk about Budapest, Hungary, or Italy, or Egypt, or Jordan. But I think you get the idea. But I have plenty of other stories to tell you that I love to tell you that are quite entertaining. And for someone who's already kind of naturally anxious and shy and overthinking, as someone who's solo traveling as well, and also does not have months and months like someone who only has 2 weeks of vacation per year to plan out their next step. And they're usually like, maybe I'm only like a week ahead of deciding where I'm going next. You can kind of start to see